Hi, it's Mount Red Songbird in New York City. You're looking at three of my husbands, four actually. That's Solon Singh. He was a great master. Before that, he was Albert Speer, the Nazi. This is St. Bartholomew. Before that, he was Satan. Maybe still is. This is Stefan Molyneux, who showed me that he's an ape because he looked like an ape. He turned ape looking one day. It was unnerving, but I just kept watching him. At first I felt disbelief, and then I'm starting to believe my own eyes. This is Tommy Robinson, who was Abraham, who cheated on his wife and had a baby by another woman, and that baby turned out to have to do with Islam, who was a nation of dinosaurs who are stomping all over the world, killing people. And he's getting beat up all the time, single-handedly trying to correct his error and fix and get rid of them out of England, trying to get England to get rid of them. So, okay, so I'll start to read what I've written. And I started this the last video. I said that. Did I read this whole thing? I don't think I did. Over here, Mark Levin is the founder of CRTV. And he was President John Adams. Eve was his then wife. This is John Rolfe, British colonial official. Stephen Crowder, his name is now. Will he, I ask, after learning about the master race, rethink his negative attitude about India? Stephen Saint Even. Okay, so Eve is even. She never did anything wrong because her intentions weren't wrong, but she believed Adam, who he's drunk as a skunk here. He admitted it on a television show when he was making this video called Lost. He was drunk. So Adam, drunk with power, chased Eve all over the creation for millions of years, killing her, beating her, raping her, ruining all of her opportunities to succeed in life. And now he wants, he's done with that. His thirst for revenge has been quenched. And he wants to settle down and return to being her master again. He created her. He'll always be her creator because he created her. But her master is now her Gurinder Singh, and he's the son Cain, who also was beat up by Adam. He broke both his arms, threw him across a cliff. Because Cain had so much honor, he wouldn't fight his father. But later he learned to fight. He became a samurai, a soldier, because he had to protect his mother. He saw what his father was doing to his mother. So his goal began to protect his mother. So he's changed the world into a heaven so his mother can be someplace happy. And he wants his father to go to jail for what he's done. And so they helped him. All of these master race saints helped Gurinder with his mother, because they're related. The Charan Singh was her personal spiritual guide. He was Santa Claus, and he is in her womb as going to be her new son, Giancarlo Arturo. This is Jagat Singh, her son, Singh Birdsong. This is Solon Singh, her husband, Michael John Speer. This is Swami G, her grandson, Seth. So you see, they're all a family. It's a family of masters called the Master Race. Okay, this is Satan. He got her here, and so that she's safe. He's concerned. He doesn't want her to be homeless anymore. That's too much even for him. And the other day he said, I got gussied up, as they used to call it. I fixed myself up to look attractive. And he saw me, and he said, she thinks she's going to be with somebody else. He said it to himself, but I heard him. And I said to myself, My God, I'm really in a prison. Deep really got me in a prison. This is real. See, I tell you these fantastic things, but they're fantastic to me too. You know, because I'm a normal person. Well, I used to think so. Okay, Stefan, Tommy Robinson. We need to help him get out of jail. Stefan did this good video. It said Tommy Robinson arrested and imprisoned. What else is that? Media silenced. True News. Stefan Molyneux channel. Free Domain Radio. Okay, he was Aristotle. Could you donate to him because he doesn't charge money. He does accept donations, and he does a fantastic job of thinking through things for us. Aristotle was a thinker, and Stefan is a thinker. He's an intellectual philosophical show he has, and he needs you to contribute, because you watch it. You know what I mean? You should contribute. All right, so this is the CRTV Louder with Crowder. Stefan, I was telling you about John Ross, and he was Eve's husband. He has the same last name as Eve's mother, Crowder. Her name was Corinne Crowder. Okay, John Ross was, let's show you this picture. Stephen was one of the early English settlers of North America. He is Radhasammy. See, it's right here. He is Radhasammy. That's Lord of the Soul. That's a master. He's credited with the first successful cultivation of tobacco. My great-grandfather was he was a wealthy tobacco farmer. There's a connection there. You see, he cultivated it and sold it, and my grandfather took it. John Kendricks was my great-grandfather's name. He sold this farm to those who built Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Okay, you look at Kentucky, Kent, Clark Kent. Superman was raised in Clarksville, Tennessee, where I was raised. I was Superwoman. No, he wasn't raised. He was raised in a small town that was modeled after Clarksville, Tennessee, I believe. I don't think he was actually raised there. I was. Okay, C. Lark, Clark Kent. You sucky, lost, best, fucky. Okay, you're saying that Superman was competing for Eve and he lost her because he underestimated her. He compared her to a mosquito. And she realized he didn't understand her, and she couldn't be happy with a man who didn't understand her. As a matter of fact, you cannot love anything you don't understand. So he didn't really love her. So she wasn't going to marry him. Okay, after millions of years of longing and writing The World of Wronging, very rich white man, Payne Whitney God, married his long-time love, his black mother, Eve. Okay, well, she proposed. We didn't actually do the ceremony yet. I did accept it. The third one, okay, wait a minute, that starts here. So Adam, Michael Bublé, male perfume, decoded, reveals a marriage proposal. Pohomi is the name of his male perfume that he just put on the market. It says, present order, his order, marry me, Eve. It also says, his order, mild red, Michelle, Eve, marry me. Okay, so, what's he say? The Frenchman, the sexy, it's blurry, I can't say it. The sexy, speaking sexy, sounding French name? No, how? So the sexy sounding, speaking French men have always been attracted to older women. That's all. That's the only point that was about. Okay, whoops. Okay, so you go up here. There's more about John Rolfe, a Virginia planter and colonial official who was the husband of Pocahontas, who was Eve, daughter of the Indian chief Powhatan. Powhatan? Anne is another name for Eve. Pohomi. And that's when I started decoding that perfume. That's how it got there. You see that? Pohomi is Adam, Michael, so I explained already. Okay. So I think everything on this page has been said. This is alternative media. Okay, it's the only way you're going to get the truth, because NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, they're all on the payroll of people like George Soros, and they don't tell the real truth. They just say whatever their puppet master tells them to say. What does this say? White man. God proposed to his black mother, who was Tesla, Darwin, Socrates, Gertrude Stein, Amour, and Einstein, and many more people. And what about the white man? He is strong, moral, smart, considerate, responsible, loyal, sexy lover, builder of worlds of civilizations, likes to share the wealth. He is educated, well off, hard-working, conscientious, civilized, polite, respectful, generous, creative, clever, disciplined. Who wouldn't marry him? Oh my God, that's the way white men are, most of them. Michael Bublé, the creator, Adam, has been born black more often than he has been born white. I can show you, he was old Black Joe here. That's the creator. Here he's singing with these black men in the subway, and he hugs them, and he says, "This is the most authentic way to sing." And he acts like it's because it's in the subway. But what he's really saying is, singing with black men since I'm black. Because his sensibilities are feeling black, Like my daughter Robin is black. But her sensibilities are white, because she was all white people. She was Queen Victoria, she was St. Francis of Assisi, she was Michelangelo, so she's black on the outside and white on the inside. Michael Bublé is white on the outside and black on the inside. This is Adam and Eve, okay, when they were young. Here he is with another singing group. Again, they're black, singing Stardust. Here he is performing the song After All. He thinks he got Eve, and he's overjoyed. You should see him on that song. I used to watch it before, and enjoy his victory, until I realized he's a lizard. Like my first husband, I couldn't possibly marry my first husband again. It was misery being such a cold-hearted man, This is Michael Bublé. He was Jesse Belvin, who said, "Love me only." That only sticks out in the song. I said, oh my God, he's still saying that. From the Garden of Eden, he's still mad that I loved Cain, and he's still talking about love me only. This is Sam Cooke. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. Something about something in the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like Sam Cooke. No use me lying. I like Jesse Belvin too. What he was doing, and he was also Ray Charles. And I went to see Ray Charles, and Ray Charles said, "Tell me what I say." So I'm telling Adam what he's saying, because he's unconscious. Believe me, he doesn't know what he's doing. What's this? Adam's current wife. I don't know if I wrote this for publication. I'll just read it. Adam's current wife is from Argentina. A damsel in distress. Divine am. Oh, I'm just decoding this. Divine am. See energy. Will. Okay, what is this? Die, stranger, energy, secret stuff. Oh, stand by me, Diana. I'm so young and you're so old. Whoa. Okay. What you want is wanting you, says Mike Murdoch. At 4, when my mother told me she had never wanted me, that she tried to abort me, but her ears rang like dinner bells. That was my second son, Abel. Okay, Abel Wills. Tony Robbins, Abraham. What, that's got something to do with, I don't know what Tony Robbins has to do with, Oh, Abe. Oh, Abraham. He was Abraham Lincoln, that's why. Abe, he was my husband. Right, Abraham Lincoln was my husband. Okay, I should make more complete notes. Okay, now what we got here? Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, yeah. Jordan Peterson, my brother, my husband, my patient. Right, he's depressed. I saw he was depressed, so I did a short video doing some talk and sharing with him. And then the next thing I know, he was wearing a suit and happy. I said, if he was in my life, I could keep him happy like that. Okay, did I do all this? No, I didn't finish this. David, who killed Goliath, the giant bully, was also King David, was also Noah, Eve's father-in-law, is now Pastor James David Manning. Google video, black women marry yourself a white man. That's a very good video, and let me show you some people who did that. Of course, she did that. Meghan Markle, now the Duchess of Sussex. She's my daughter and Robin Birdsong's sister, and she keeps imitating Robin unconsciously. And one day she wore this strange floppy dress. I said, what the hell she got on? And it was all over the news. What is Meghan wearing? And Robin said, Mom, she calls me up from London. Mom, Meghan's wearing my curtains. You know, they really should get together and talk consciously and not have her keep, like she wore Robin's wedding gown, you know, the wedding gown Robin had picked out for herself, Meghan wore it. Robin doesn't resent her or anything, but it is, you know, it's awkward to have somebody in your thoughts, and it's a one-way street. You don't really have conversation, you know. This is Deneen, and speaking of marrying a white man, Deneen married a white man, Tom. She said they like to watch old movies together. I think they live on Long Island, and they work together for freedom of speech and our U.S. Constitution. She's a very hard worker. She got a book, Backlash. Buy her book. It's very good. This is another, and then Pastor Manning said, you could even marry a Chinese. And that's what Eve did. She married a Chinese, Jay Chen, when she was in the Ming Dynasty period. Is that all? And here's some more interracial couples. This is Fallon and Jandara, who was President Eisenhower, now my granddaughter. She was also the saint, Baba Jamal Singh, about whom the Dara is named. That's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reincarnated as Lou Ransinger. He was Princess, Poet Saint Mirabai. See, these people are all members of the, there's Kabir and Sitting Bull. Well, they're all members of the master race. You know, you can't find people like this everywhere. They have unbelievable accomplishments. Like Baba G getting inside his mother for 65 years. I wrote it. Let me read it because it's more organized the way I wrote it. Okay. Okay, so I said black women marrying a white man, and then what's this? Oh, okay, so this, I didn't finish this. So, white man, Payne Whitney God, proposed to his black mother, Eve. She said she'd be honored to marry him. She always liked white men. They know how to treat a woman. Okay? They do. They're polite. Even the second husband I had was white. Of course, it was someone saying he treated me good. He set me up for Baba G, who treats me like you can't describe it. It's just, I mean, I just never could imagine anyone treating me the way he treats me. You know, it made me very happy. He wants me to be happy so that we can live together for eternity. And I don't continue to want to kill myself or die because Adam's got me in hell. So he freed me from his father, Adam, and he makes me happy. I was telling Robin she's writing a screenplay. This is going to be she's going to be the first black queen of England. But she doesn't know and doesn't want to hear anything about things like reincarnation. But anyway, I was talking to her on the phone. She's a writer. She was Dr. Seuss. She wrote Sneezes the Greasy Baby Says Abigail, which is here. Let's see, here it is. And I was talking to her on the phone. This is a cover. So this is Cain when he was depressed because his mother was sad because his father went crazy because she loved Cain. As she was a Moor, she loved everybody, you know. She loved Cain, sure. She still loves Cain. Their love lasted all this time. She loves him more than anything in the world. And he loves her more than anything in the world. Okay, so Eve's black brother, Reverend Jesse Peterson, son of St. Peter. Brother, now I have St. Peter's picture somewhere. He's my cousin, Lieutenant General John Hopper, St. Peter. He fought in fighter pilot. There he is. Oh, I'm so glad I found it. Sometimes I look for pictures, I don't find them. There he is. He was Douglas MacArthur in World War II. The St. Peter. Okay, there's a statue of him somewhere. Okay, and let's see. That's him now. He retired, isn't it good looking? War hero. Retired Lieutenant General John Hopper, Minnow's cousin. That was my nickname as a child, Minnow. Eve, Minnow's cousin. He was a fighter pilot. Very dangerous job. They have guns. I know. They say he's a prince and the Holy Royal family. Yeah, they have guns on the ground shooting at them in those airplanes. They're really dangerous. He's very brave. He could walk on water, that's right. He was a disciple, the only one who walked on water like Jesus Christ did. He had that kind of faith. I'm very proud of him. I had an afro before most people, and I was in Clarksville. And of course, people were like, what's wrong with you? Your hair look like that. And so I was in a car. My sister was driving me to Nashville to take the plane back to New York. And we heard a car behind us, and it was Hopper. We called John Hopper. And Hopper just came up to the car. He said, I just had to tell you, I love your hair. He doesn't know. He made my day to hear that, because my airline supervisor, Carol Gerling, gave me hell about my fro. I used to have to hide from her so she wouldn't see it and write me up. Okay, what we got here? So, Eve's black brother, Reverend Jesse Peterson, son of St. Peter, brother of Jordan Peterson, describes Sadhguru Gobind Singh Ji, for Jesus Christ, now President Donald Trump, as the Great White Hope. Hope, Arkansas. And you know, which takes guts to say that, because people call you Tom and all that kind of thing. I debunked that whole Uncle Tom theory in the album What It Is. You listen to the song The Uncle Tom Game. You won't call anybody else a Tom, because you'll understand them. So Hope, Arkansas, Bill Clinton, husband of Hillary Clinton, vicious Scorpio, responsible for the deaths of the Benghazi Four, a pedophile, a lesbian, a racist, a hypocrite who calls others what she is, deplorable. Okay. And then over here I start talking about somebody else. Uneducated, wig-wearing, slanderer, falsely slanders people, in other words. Rude, crude, coarse, bully, thief of public money. Maxine Waters, hypocrite. Cast out first, the beam beaming. Buble, energy, anan. Oh, and amen. That's what that says. Buble, energy, amen. Remember how people say, amen, yeah, amen. What man? Buble, crazy creator. Maxine Waters is a hypocrite. Out of thine eye. So get the beam out of thine eye, and then thou wilt see clearly to cast out the mote out of the eye of thy brother, President Donald Trump. Matthew 7:5 in the Holy Bible. One more page. I wanted Brother Wright to come. I'll put it here on Santa Claus. I wanted Brother Wright to love me like he loved Jesus Christ. I decided at age 7 that I would have to be Jesus Christ in order to get the love I needed from Brother Wright, who is now singing Birdsong, my son. He's also Jagat Singh, member of the upper class, master race. Yes. Okay, my fiance is Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singhji. When I became Christ conscious Guru Nanak, Christ fell in love with me. And when I met him, I fell in love with him. Hence the title of the Broadway musical I'm writing, The Gods Fall in Love. See? Adam Buble sang to Eve, you're one of a kind. Kind. Kin in divine, hell mine. So kind means kin in the hell mine, the divine. And kind, held back prime. Okay, when you're in the divine, you're held back in your prime. That happened to me. Okay, so Adam saying to Eve, you're one of a kind. Adam didn't know that their son Cain had given up his life to become Eve inside out. That is love, becoming the other. Cain experiencing everything Eve experienced, her joys, her pains, and watching her responses to what happened in her life 24/7. He learned her. So there were two the same, Eve and Cain. And that's how Eve's freedom was regained. Cain and Eve had been underestimated. Cain was Payne Whitney and Jesus Christ. Payne Whitney was a super rich, industrialist white boy, man. And Eve was Einstein and Evangeline Adams, who understood people because she could read their charts. She did Star Watch. She was an astrologer. So, and no one had a clue that they existed, Cain and Eve, that they were a part of a master race. No one knew this. They certainly didn't realize the two of them had been developing their brains, and in the case of Cain, his body, samurai soldier. No one in the world could sit perfectly still inside Eve's body for 65 years but Cain. They figured out how to cure mental illness, how to end death. Her father, Dr. Randolph Stone, also a satsangi, with his polarity therapy, ends labor pains when giving birth. Okay, that's all I have written. So you hear this extraordinary information. You have reason to feel elation, because life is going to feel better now that the good people are running things. This is Michelle Birdsong in New York City, the center of creativity in the world. Signing off until next time. Ciao.